Very, very good against Doom. You get vision on the map, so you can't find the Dooms. Roar is a hard single-target lockdown against Doom, who thrives in, just moving freely in the fight. OG definitely have the tools to deal with this.
And we'll see how it goes. And in terms of the Kunkka pick for C-Smile, I mean, he's played this a fair amount in past patches, but I feel like this is the first Kunkka I've seen on this patch altogether. I don't remember what the hell was changed. Is Bounty Rune's still 30 seconds to spawn, but what are your thoughts on this hero right now? I'm guessing in theory, because you probably haven't seen it either.
It feels very hit or miss to me overall. He has some good lane matchups. I think in this game he does fine against Windranger, but shouldn't really win the lane necessarily, just probably draw. For me, Kunkka is a lot about whether your teammates really come together with you when you're strong, and I think this hero's spike for me is in around the mid-game timing, like 15 to 20 minutes is when this hero is best relative to the field. And the question is, are EG ready at that point? I would say Doom might want a little bit longer. Monkey King should pair pretty well with the Kunkka, though, at that time, if he has like 1 or 2 core items. So we'll see. It's definitely a comfort pick for EG, more so than anything. They've played this hero a lot.
Oh, piggybacking off of that, this specific matchup, Windranger against Kunkka, do you expect any kills to come? I mean, obviously, we've been seeing a lot of these passive lanes. I feel like they kind of require supports, but for Kunkka, he can set that up himself, especially with the +1.
I think it's highly unlikely that either team rotates supports mid, probably. Like maybe they protect the runes, but who's gonna gank for the Kunkka? Is it gonna be a bounty hunter level 2? Right. Caudle isn't ganking. On the other side, you have Disruptor and Crystal Maiden, who both can come to the mid lane, but again, then the issue becomes, do you have the setup then for the Windrunner? Hard to say, really.
I feel like level 2 bounty hunter has actually been very impactful at this tournament.
Yeah, but it's not really been around mid. It's mainly been around the side lane.
Yeah, they've been going through the gates, and that is true. As we can see, the stun out onto Yuragi, but time walk away. And then for the Faceless Void going into the mid to late game, you expect this to be a good game for him. I mean, obviously you need to itemize against the Doom at some point, but then it comes down to, do you even bother? Because he could just go for Ags after the fact. Such a weird kind of thought process for every carry now when you're facing up against this hero.
Yeah, I personally think one of the best counters to Doom late game is the supports having Force Staffs. I think that's what you want to have.
Blood Grenade. Oh. Back into the tower he goes. MC, the Blood Grenade now placed onto him. Another Blood Grenade on top. Pakaz will fall first. Taiga gets first blood, and Mind Control somehow lives. That's a lot of Blood Grenades at his face.
Yep. No points in Jingu Mastery here, obviously going for the Tree Dance and Boundless Strike combination. And Caudle is only level 1, so he couldn't really offer much more there. And a great start for Mind Control in this lane. He's not the one to get the kill, it will be Taiga, but keep in mind you're playing Beastmaster against Monkey King, which can be a tricky matchup. You add the Caudle Blind to the mix to knock you into the Monkey. Getting even a little bit of help early on can go a long way.
Yeah. Well, early on, very even in the mid lane. And like you said, unlikely to find any type of kill here as they try to secure their range creep.
The mind game there on the power shot. Actually ends up hitting because C-Smile tries to dodge it.
Yeah, in terms of what I can see was actually changed with Kunkka, not much. Obviously, the stun from Ghost Ship was lowered, just like every other stun in the game.
Yeah.
As Kitrak and Yuragi. Counting on Matthew a bit. Another Blood Grenade used, which will, in fact, get that kill onto Kitrak. Matthew able to dodge out that one tower shot, so we'll eventually live here. Might just suicide to creeps. We'll see what he wants to do. Or just wait for that courier. Get a little snip snipe. Tidebringer no longer gets silenced, so it's treated as a passive essentially.
That's true.
And that's it. I don't actually see notes on Torrent being changed, which, is that not considered a stun? That's interesting. That's one of the few things that was not lowered with the rest
True.
of them.
There's very few stuns in the game that did not get nerfed. That is one of them. Matthew will suicide to the tier 2 tower to get a full refill. And I guess if you want to talk a little bit more about this matchup, Kunkka is one of the heroes that has the longest range single target catch in the game out of the mid lane. Windranger is a hero that plays a lot around mobility and angles, so I think a big part of the reason EG are grabbing this hero here is they want to have that reliable catch.
Yeah, Matthew showing himself, and as usual, this bounty hunting early on is very impactful. Another Blood Grenade just to secure the kill. And I mean, another thing we can think about from the Kunkka perspective, not to keep harping on this hero, but we love talking about the new ones since we've seen the other ones so much. But very good counter in the right hands against the Glimpse as well. X marking the spot on yourself
true, yes.
or allies.
Yeah.
You don't need to expend the BKB. And Glimpse has been extremely powerful in this patch because of the fact that it technically can taper over through BKB. As Matthew going to get slowed. See the sentry nearby, but he will find the gap.
That might be a bigger part of the counter pick than we have given it credit for, actually. Because, you know, it's like you're looking at multiple aspects at the same time. Another attempt top, nice blind.
Still 3 members of EG here. They're going to take out Taiga. MC has to be careful. Another stump coming, but Kitrak, he's going to help out a bit. It's the Thunder Strike. Pakaz does have the Jingu stacks to illuminate to follow. MC getting very low. And they do find the kill with that last Janata.
I feel like this is the highest impact hero we've seen from Matthew all tournament. His Bounty Hunter games have been stellar for the most part, and so far so good. He's found kills in both side lanes 3 times over now. And perhaps the time for a gank mid is out of the question now that you've secured those side lanes, like especially when C-Smile hits level 6. But they might try to make it a surprise play earlier here. BZM will dodge out that Tidebringer.
Yeah, Shackle's not going to connect fully. BZM, he's going to be spotted now by Matthew. X marks into Torrent with the Tidebringer doing so much damage. Trying to pursue him through the trees. And that is going to be another kill via Matthew's ganking.
That is
in all 3 lanes. He's had huge impact.
That is such a beautiful and unexpected kill. That was basically perfect the way they set that up.
But now that he's gone, Pakaz is in a little trouble. Trying to get those Jingu stacks up. Matthew, he finally comes back into the top lane. And Pakaz, he's going to dodge some attacks. Nicely done. Kills off MC, lives through the day, and they're going to find another kill on top of that. So instead of dying, Pakaz gets a double kill. 3K advantage at the 6-minute mark for EG.
I feel like this is concerning for OG, you gotta say. We saw this Bounty Hunter yesterday from EG as well in their previous series and made for one of the most one-sided games of the entire tournament when they got off to a start like this. So OG, you really gotta keep your heads cool. Try to not get too fragmented.
Look at this heat map. He is all over the place. That is insane at 6.5 minutes.
Yeah, thank you for pointing out the dot in the fountain as well.
That's right.
Yes, he has been there.
MC, he just TP'd back here. Illuminate's coming. Boundless strike to follow. Down he goes again. 8-2 for EG. And BZM is forced to try to help out now. Matthew, he's going to get frostbit. There's the focus fire to come from BZM. Going to pop that wand with the shackle shot now, but it's not going to be enough because it's going to go invis. They don't have vision. So BZM forced away. C-Smile has come now with that haste rune.
Bottom lane as well. Whisper solo
they kill the Faceless Void on the other side of the map. EG's getting literally everything. They're getting the Wizard Room. No, it is denied from BZM, so very small silver lining. Power shot misses, but wouldn't have been a kill anyway. But EG dominating.
They denied the Wisdom Rune. That's, I think that's the first time I've seen that minute 7 in a game. Usually, you know, you really want to try to grab it yourself, but BZM didn't have that luxury. And yeah, off-screen, just Whisper getting the faster level 6, and this is a terrible matchup for Void Spirit to lane against whenever Doom gets out-levels you. You're just never safe when Doom is available. So for now, Yuragi can sit there for a bit. He obviously knows there's a minute and a half until the next time he's in danger, but as soon as that comes about, you either need to bait it with supports protecting you, or also taking a serious beating.
Yeah.
There.
Time walk that off.
You either need to bait it or just get the hell out of there and not play the lane, and that feels terrible as this Faceless Void. So everything going EG's way in this early game, and remember, the Bounty Hunter has obviously been crushing the lanes, but you also have Doom scaling.
MC, Matthew showing himself again. Here comes the first boat of the game, and MC dies again.
He's level 4.
Number 4 for the level 4 Beastmaster. That is a rough start. I mean, EG have won literally every lane.
Absolutely. Especially the side lanes are just complete curb stomps at this point. Like, look at, oh my God. Is there anything EG can't get right now?
Well, they didn't get the Wisdom Rune.
That is true.
Right? But they did.
I mean, this is a level 8 Doom against level 4 Beast.
Yeah.
This is just not fair. Like, seriously. This is going to be quite the climb for OG at this point, and you got to look at who do you play around, right? Because let's say the Void has a bad game. Then you can at least play around the Beastmaster, you know, his timing, make moves with your offlaner, but Beastmaster's game is atrocious, so you can't really play with this guy. You kind of need to let him catch up. So your only option falls on BZM. but he doesn't have help the javelin yet.
Well, that spawned like 2 seconds later. Did you notice that?
What's that?
It spawned at like 9:02 or 9:03, the Lotus flower. That's kind of weird. Wait, it doesn't spawn after you take it, right? It doesn't. It's just every 3 minutes on the dot.
Minutes, yeah.
Okay, so
I think it's slightly delayed.
Slight bug report there from Volvo. Oh, Yuragi being spotted by Matthew, who's level 5 right now. There's nobody else near, so I don't think he's going to have enough damage. Although
he time walked.
The tomato could help out. Yep, after the time walk especially. Gonna pop the wand to try to stay alive. TP's coming in. He actually has to use the Chronosphere. Maybe they can get the kill on top of this now. The Frostbite. Look how many members of OG have come to try to count. Black can't speak. Matthew. He's actually gonna live. No. Finally, the glimpse comes out. They lose the Crystal Maiden, so it's a 1-for-1 support-wise. As EG. I mean, at the very least, even if they don't get that kill on the Faceless Void, they force him out. Of being able to farm this eventual Midas, which is still quite a ways away.
It's a completely fine result for EG because they force Chrono.
We have the X marks.
Nice shackle shot.
Yeah, gonna avoid the Torrent as a result. Pakaz, though, is in the area. Looking for the opening.
He missed the tree.
Oh my god, another kill for EG on a core. And what do you think of this build from the Doom? Going for the mech early on after the Vanguard instead of going for like the typical Midas that we would see. Feels like they want to fight immediately and just take advantage of this big lead that they have. Hitrak, he's going to be found. Gets the kinetic field off, might live as a result, but CM will not be so lucky.
OG are in so much trouble.
That is an understatement.
I mean, I'm really looking. I'm trying to dig deep here to see what they can possibly do, but EG are just crushing them all around the map. They're making all the right moves. They're way stronger, and they're just riding the momentum. About the Doom build, I like it. I think it was either going to be Greaves or Crimson first, but I think he should get both. Crimson obviously great against the Wind Ranger Focus Fire, against Beastmaster who's getting Boars this game. Faceless Void, you also mitigate a ton of his damage during the Chrono, so... And it's just a great insurance policy as well. You're really far ahead, and this time you're not going to fall into that trap that EG did last game with their double Orchid, where sure, you're ahead, but then suddenly OG find a fight. If you have these auras, it just feels almost hopeless for OG's heroes to kill literally anyone.
Yeah. Well, it feels like big hope for OG would be BZM, who I believe has... No, it's not even the finished Maelstrom yet. It's just the naked Javelin for the time being. Gonna back up Yuragi as Whisper was thinking about using Doom again, but we'll play it
going
safe.
In with Glimpse here.
Yep, they see him, they glimpse into the kinetic field. This will be a pretty big kill for OG. They need it. Yuragi gets there with the time dilation as well. Primal War from the sideline. Whisper's gonna stay alive.
No.
He gets off the mech. He gets off the Doom, and now Yuragi's gonna pay the ultimate price. Focus Fire still applied to Whisper. He's gonna get blinding lit back. BZM trying to finish the job, but he's gonna end up dropping as a result. Getting extremely low. He's tracked up. Down he goes. 4 dead for OG, and those are track kills.
How the hell
could not have gone worse.
They used literally everything. Focus Fire, Roar. Okay, they didn't Chrono. I mean, but come on. Focus Fire, Roar, all their spells. They didn't have Static Storm. Obviously, the supports are mega under-leveled, which is a symptom of everything that's been happening. So Crystal Maiden level 4, Disruptor level 5. I still really thought they had him there, but barely surviving, and gets off the Doom. They get the mech off, and they rotate in, and it's just the moment Doom gets Doom off there, the fight's completely lost.
Yeah.
You dropped everything. And you desperately needed that one, too. You brought so many heroes because you're like, we know we're mega far behind. We've got to make something happen on the map. We need to bring numbers. And even that failed for OG.
Yep, another track, MC. He's going to get some backup in the form of Kitrak.
Yeah.
Glimpse back onto Matthew, gets off the double track, but looks like OG should be able to get this kill at the very least. You can see Pakaz on the trees, just waiting to pounce, but
yeah,
we'll think better of it.
Might want to try to contest the 14-minute Wisdom Rune. I think it would be a really good choice from EG to just completely shut down these side lanes right now and that Wisdom area, because it's OG's path to level 6 on the supports. And if you take that away from them, their playmaking potential without Static Storm and Freezing Field is just extremely limited. And OG really want that rune. They're just not going to get it. You see EG are already taking over the area with 2 of their cores as well as Caudle. You cannot run into this if you're OG, so you have to give up that rune. And that would have been a level 6 Disruptor. Now instead he has to run around starved in mid lane trying to find some sort of experience, but it's going to be really, really hard. EG, what an impressive game so far. Really reminiscent of the good old days from yesterday when they did the same thing.
14-minute Wisdom Rune is there. And like you were talking about, they control this area in order to secure that. And that is going to add insult to injury. Yuragi does get the Midas, and the Chronosphere is placed on the Matthew. And that will result in a kill, which ruins the scoreline, but good news for OG fans, they get something. But of course, 14.5 minutes in, Chronosphere on a Soul Bounty Hunter, not exactly what you want in a normal game, but so far behind here, they have to take what they can get.
Yeah, I don't even mind it, because it's like, you have to take literally every opportunity possible to get experience. And if that means chronoing that bounty hunter, so be it. It's not like you're going to be like regretting this in a minute and you're like, man, we really could have won this fight with chrono. It's just not the case. KitRack,
he's found, and he's brought down.
He was trying to get level 6. That was a mistake.
Yes, how dare he.
15 minutes in, 2 supports under level 6. I think this is the first time I see it this tournament. OG supports are completely screwed this game.
Yeah, EG just controlling the map beautifully. Old patch, you just buy the Tome of Wisdom, right? And you're fine.
Exactly, yeah. You just...
Now you have to control an area to get that. Pretty big change for sure. And if the last... during this series and the entire tournament, EG has shown so much discipline, and I would expect that they're not going to get too aggressive despite having this monstrous lead. They're probably going to play it somewhat safe for the eventual Roche kill and whatnot, which I don't know how long they'll need to actually do that, but Deso is online for Pakaz, and that would certainly help. I assume the BKB is what they're going to want to wait for before doing anything risky like that.
Yeah, you can just continue controlling the map, and Bounty Hunter is eventually going to find you some sort of opportunities, and even if he doesn't, you have Doom. So you're still outscaling them regardless here. All 3 of your cores are very, very happy in this game. The Halberd online on the Kunkka is going to offer you a lot more protection in case a fight does break out. It's very easy to see a lot of positives for EG with nothing happening even. And you're just so comfortable when the game is in that state. And you look over at OG's side, the only way you really make moves is probably off the Primal Roar or the Chrono. And both of these cooldowns obviously crucial. The Chrono that you know is not available, so you just get a free tier 2 here. OG just cannot defend this whatsoever. Yeah. And now you're going to press the issue. So they could be taking the outpost here. Don't really care though. You're going to immediately go for a move instead.
Don't really care about that outpost, huh?
Yeah. Doesn't seem like it. Matthew almost saw Yuragi there, but not quite. He's pinging out the ward. He's recognizing, all right, since Bounty Hunter was just here in Shadow Walk, he's probably warded this, and he would be correct with the ping.
And Yuragi 1,000 away from finishing Maelstrom, which, again, like, he needs these items in order to actually become a Faceless Void late game, but it's just still an item on top of that away from really getting any substantial kill with the Chrono.
Yeah.
As KitRack and BZM occupying this side of the map, which is not allowed, so they will exit immediately. Yuragi's going to get tracked by Matthew in the meantime. And at what point do you think Roche is going to be a thing for EG? Because obviously they can't see what we see in terms of the net worth. This is astronomical. I'm sure they have an idea.
Oh, trust me, they know they're for it. They've been here enough.
Dust. We'll spot Matthew. KitRack just needs a little bit of vision. He's going to be able to get the glimpse back. And this will lead to the kill, even using a freezing field just to make sure that they get it.
Yeah, they kill this Bounty Hunter. It's the only kill they found all game, with the exception on a singular kill on the Monkey King in the top lane. Bounty has 5 out of 6 deaths. So everybody else with a clean game.
He's showing himself, gets off the slow. Whispers here with a casual right click, and that'll be the kill onto the Disruptor. Chronosphere from Yuragi, trying to take out this Keeper of the Light. Nice Shackle shot to fall. The panel talked about that combo, and a couple kills going the way now of OG. Pakaz jumps in though, gets off the Wukong's command. He's all alone. Interesting decision here. C-Smile has now come to back his teammate up, but not a whole lot was gained from that Wukong's command. EG are going to have to back away now.
Spreading a little bit thin there and getting punished. OG being tight, getting a good Chrono and Static Storm combination and finding that big kill on the Doom. Definitely got to push them in the right direction. Need a lot more than that though. But it's the first step on one of the most steep recoveries we would have had to see all tournament.
Yeah, I mean, we've seen it, I think, once.
There has not been many comebacks of this magnitude in this patch so far.
Yes, it is. It feels like, I don't know. This patch, you can control more of the map, and by controlling more of the map, you deny even more than before because there's more objectives that you need to secure. So it feels like it's really been a one and done for a lot of these games. But I think the Roche is kind of the wild card here. Basically being able to spawn on different sides of the map could potentially give an opening to OG. And I mean, the Chronosphere is like their big Roche taker in terms of fighting in that pit area. But
C-Smile's going to find BZM.
X marks. Shackle's going to disrupt this combo, but he actually ends up connecting anyway. Boundless Strike onto 2. Pakaz pops the BKB, and Kitrak is just dead on the sideline.
Literal collateral damage. He took a Boundless Strike and a Kunkka Cleave, died 100 to 0.
They didn't even see him. 2 dead for OG.
Yeah, Monkey King with
cannot
that
fight
Desto,
without
obviously.
this Chrono. C-Smiles here has the tidal wave.
All right, showing off.
Making sure OG knows that he has purchased that.
You guys see this? It's gold. You don't have it.
Spotted now. He's going to have to roar the bounty, attempting to TP.
Make it out. Oof,
yes.
Close. Doom almost in range with the Doom there.
Time to move.
And Mind Control getting, let's see, about 800 away from the Helm of the Overlord. Obviously not going to be, none of the timings on the OG side are going to be good. All right, what's the ultimate dream here? It's got to be a big Chrono into what, though? They don't really have, like, they have the Static Storm.
Freezing Field on the edge of it.
Freezing Field on the edge, and you just have to get good procs with, yeah, okay.
It's, I mean, that's the dream. There's no better combo that they have,
And
right? They're going to find Coddle.
Get Frostbit, Focus Fire, set up by the Shackle shot. Tavis is going to keep him alive a little bit longer, but will fall in the end. Taiga now going to feel the brunt of Pakaz's right click. Oh my God! Pakaz! Oh my God! All right.
Oh, that is nasty.
That just happened. Look at that reaction. He's like, oh, okay.
It's like he's playing with cheats.
C-Smile. Oh, is he actually going to run into MC? The tidal wave brings him back out of the corner.
Oh, he got the monkey down.
Yeah, he's in the area as well. Gets stunned for the time being, but they'll find yet another kill. And EG running away with this game. But they're still going to play it disciplined, and maybe now is the time to Roche. You have 12 stacks on to the Desolator. And this Monkey King just feels untouchable right now.
Yeah, give me that replay.
Yeah, let's see. He had a lot of HP, so he was full HP. Okay, Doom. So not quite full HP, but close enough. That is insane. You would think there'd be like a Daedalus on top of that or something, but there's no items on OG to withstand the burst damage like that.
That's why Deso is such a good item on Monkey King in games where you're ahead, because obviously you have the natural crit from Boundless Strike, so minus armor items like that Deso just have incredible value.
Roche number 1, a freebie for EG. I assume Pakaz will take this so he can actually start hitting some buildings. They're going to take the gate as well.
And this is the list of comebacks that you're seeing here in the stat, but the information not available is what time was this lead?
Yeah,
because
true.
The 17K lead at minute 22 is definitely an incredible challenge.
Yeah, he's tracked. Shackle shot will not hit, and he gets decimated. If Pakaz does not get stunned, he will kill you. Of course, he still has that BKB at 8 seconds right now, so used it once. See, Smile. We haven't really talked about the Kunkka, but how does he look so far? I assume you're going to say great because they won all 3 lanes.
Yeah. Can't complain, you know. He's 5-0-5. He's found some good X-Mark catches. He's done what the team needs him to do in this game.
Tier 2 tower looks the way of EG as well. And from OG's perspective, is there... I'm trying to look at anything here, Cinderin. An item that they need to wait for before they just go all in and try to get something out of this?
I don't know, man. I'm digging deep right now.
Yeah, dig deep.
It's not even about the Doom, right? We were theorizing before the start of the game about what are they going to do about Doom with Lincolns and stuff. We're not in that range yet. They need to buy damage, and they need to have a way of even standing their ground. So you see both Windranger as well as the Void eyeing up BKBs. My concern is when you get these, can you actually even kill the enemy heroes? Greaves, Ghost Ship, Illuminate. The Coddle has...
He's dead.
Oh, hello. Caudle has the Solar Crest and the Pavis, so all of this physical damage block is actually very effective against the Windranger. Of course, keep in mind the way barriers work. Pavis on a high armored hero is strong, and Monkey King with the 20 armor, Doom with the 20 armor. It's a tough time to be an OG fan right now.
Indeed. Because 3 minutes left on the Aegis, has the MKB for the Monkey King. So fits the lore. I think that means he's ready to hit some buildings.
Yeah.
Matthew.
Matthew with the pipe. Okay,
Yeah, he's gonna get dusted, but
he's mega tanky.
People are coming through that gate. Taiga will attempt to TP out and we'll be fine.
Boundless was on a 1 second cooldown there, so did make it away. Yeah, so pipe on Matthew. They have pipe, Greaves, Crimson, Pavis, Solar Crest, and Illuminate, and Ghost Ship. Good luck.
Yep, that's a lot of damage mitigation. And they also have Pakaz, so...
Yeah. That's true. He has a tendency of doing this.
Oh, Balance Strike on the 2 again. Delete 1. Gidrak able to sidestep that tidal wave, but now the buildings are taking heavy damage.
You see the ping from Whisper. Faceless Void is missing. Literally the only thing that it feels like can go wrong for EG here is if they stack up too hard.
Yeah.
Just don't give them that big chrono opportunity. Still with pretty much confidence here.
Yeah, Ragi gets off a triple Chronosphere. BZM is going to get Blinding Lit back after the focus fire. They've done very little damage because of all the items you talked about. Even the Static Storm was used. Torrent into the tidal wave. MC's done. 44 seconds. There's the Doom onto BZM. He's also done. First lane of racks to EG, and I don't see them stopping anytime soon. Still a minute and a half on this Immortal Aegis.
3-man Chrono, 2-man Shackle, full focus fire, power shot, all the stuff they had. They didn't have the Crystal Maiden, I guess, but they got them to about 80%.
Yeah,
and I don't even think there was a ghost. There wasn't even a Ghost Ship.
Yeah.
He didn't use the ult. He was in the Chrono.
Saving it for a rainy day, which might be now. Taiga gonna live. But the buildings won't be so lucky. That was the last fortification for a while for OG, as they are about to get knocked out of the Berlin Major. EG gonna get their second lane, and considering that they've already taken out all the outer towers, no reason to stop. Going for the full megas now. Tier 3 already at half health. What can OG do? They do not have Chronosphere. They didn't have damage even with the Chronosphere. That's a nice shackle onto 2. Wukong's command comes out though. That's gonna be the death of Taiga. Does have buyback, will certainly use it now. But this Wukong's command is just keeping everyone outside, which means mega creeps are very close for EG side. Matthew, he's going to take the brunt of the damage from OG. Boundless Strike comes in. Yuragi is the focus, but he time walks out. Static Storm giving him a little bit of space, but mega creeps for EG, and they've taken almost no damage in the last 10 minutes, it feels like.
They are genuinely invincible. I think, no exaggeration, they could tank every single spell OG has perfectly and still live.
Oh, tidal wave onto 2. BZM forced to pop his BKB. Boundless Strike doing heavy damage as usual. And EG, this is the discipline we're talking about. They are going to back away and reset.
Yuragi doing a little bit of a dance.
Yep. He's going to get X'd into the torrent. And EG are going to wait it out. The Pakaz is 400 away from finishing Aghanim Scepter, so those soldiers will be able to take the tier 4s in Ancient pretty soon. This looks impossible. I don't know if you can get... I'm trying to think of anything. They don't have Tidal Wave on their side. I'm thinking of like some repositioning into Fountain, but there's 4 stats. I don't know. Really grasping at straws right here.
Maybe they can bait them in by dropping items to make like a little trail of breadcrumbs in toward the Fountain.
I mean, that used to be a South American special, dropping items and deleting them, right? So maybe they'll go back to their roots and even this game up, but highly doubtful. As OG are very likely to lose this game.
Maybe EG are just having fun on stage. Just like, we'll enjoy the moment. No?
Yeah, why not?
I'm pretty convinced. I obviously don't mind them playing it safe. It's a huge stakes game here, but I'm pretty sure they could literally just walk down a lane on 5 full health heroes, and if OG throw their entire arsenal at them, they will still survive and use their auras. And that's considering a potential 5-man Chrono, 5-man Freezing Field. I just think the math is not working for OG anymore in this game.
I'll trust you on the math.
It's tough. Well, C-Smile might frontline here. He has a a shield rune and 3.2k health.
Yeah, Yuragi's going to spot it. Gets a chrono onto 2. This is a lot of damage to the Monkey King, actually. The roar to follow, but now the items have been activated. Paka's still living through the brunt of all this damage with the focus fire applied as well. He hasn't even bothered using his ult yet. Everybody from OG's dropping like flies. GG's called. EG take it 2-1.